Hey, this is Teresa from Life Beyond Diabetes. And once again, I am coming to you pre-recorded because I am at a conference today. But like we've been doing all week, I will be talking again about some ways to eat when you have type 2 diabetes. So all week long, I've been talking about different diets that are recommended for people with type 2 diabetes. Well, I am done with that series, but one of the things that I get asked a lot is how can you go out to eat while you're watching what you eat when you have diabetes? Or this also applies actually to people who are trying to lose weight. Um, and when I was newly diagnosed, this was something I really struggled with because it can be really hard. And I used to hate going out to eat because I thought, how am I going to manage this and not feel just really, I felt so conspicuous to be looking over the menu and looking for the right thing to eat and just kind of feeling, oh my goodness, everybody's staring at me while I'm trying to figure out how to eat the thing that's the right choice for me. And I've gotten over that because I've figured out some tips for navigating the menu and looking out for myself and being my own advocate when I eat out and finding the right things to eat. And now I do know that a lot of restaurants are closed in many parts of the world. Where I live right now, restaurants are not open for dining in. Most restaurants are doing takeout. My family is eating takeout once or twice a week, and all of these tips still in general apply to takeout as well. So either hold on to these tips for when the restaurants reopen or use these tips also for takeout. They do apply as well. So the number one tip that I want to recommend is usually you know where you're going out to eat before you go, or you have restaurants that you frequent. And I highly recommend that before you go out to the restaurant, that you spend some time on the website looking at the menu so that when you go, you're prepared and you can order. You can think ahead and know ahead of time what's going to be a good choice for you to order. So most restaurants have on their website, if not their entire menu, a lot of the menu. And I know in the US, many restaurants are required to have nutritional information readily available as well. So you can look up what things are, what's going to be a good option for you so that in the moment you don't have to decide, oh my goodness, this is, while you're trying to figure out, everybody's looking at their things and you're trying to have conversation with your friends and looking at the menu, and it's already hard enough to make a decision while you're trying to catch up with your friends, much less choosing the item, and you have the wait staff comes back 3 or 4 times, you keep saying, I'm not ready. Figure it out ahead of time. It makes life a lot easier. The other thing about that is that in the moment, a lot of times you're not thinking with the part of your brain that's fully developed. You're thinking with the primitive brain that makes the decision that's going to feel the best. So if you figure out ahead of time, you can make that healthier choice without giving in to the thing that's not going to be the best for your body. So if you're able, spend a little bit of time making the decision ahead of time so that when you get to the restaurant, you can have a quick glance at the menu, remember what it was that you decided ahead of time was going to be the best option for you. So that's number one. The second thing is when you're looking at that menu, a lot of times some of the best options for what is healthy for somebody with diabetes can be found right there in the appetizer menu. So the things that I like to eat, like for instance, I love an appetizer of meatballs. So sometimes I'll combine a couple of appetizers to make a complete meal. So I'll get maybe an order of meatballs and a side salad, and that's a really excellent meal. Or I'll get a salad that looks interesting and add some a protein to it. So I like to add a chicken breast to my salad. And there's sometimes when things aren't on the menu that the restaurant can make for you. So, if they serve spaghetti and meatballs, you can say, I'd really like an order of meatballs. And they might say, well, we don't serve meatballs. You say, well, can you just bring me an order of spaghetti and meatballs, but not the meatballs or not the spaghetti. Or if you, a lot of times a restaurant will have, you know, Italian restaurants in particular might have, you know, you can order a pasta and then it'll say, well, you can add the protein for an upsell price. Well, I would like to just add the protein for the upsell price and not get the carbohydrate to start with. It might be more expensive than the upsell price, but it's okay to push back on that and say, you know what, I don't want the carbohydrate, I just want the protein. You know, and you can say, I just charge me the price of the protein with the, you know, charge me the carbohydrate price, but only bring me the protein. It's okay. Or charge me the price of a salad, but give me the protein instead. So that's one of the things that I really like to do. And one last thing that I want to talk to you about when you're eating out is to be on the watch for places where there might be hidden sugar. So one of those places, one of those things is sauces. So, you know, you can go in and order chicken is kind of one of the places where I tend to find a lot of hidden sugar. So you go in and you order a chicken dish and it looks fantastic, but it's going to have the sauce on it. And this is, again, is another one of those places to look at if you have access to the nutritional information in advance. Some of the chicken dishes look like they might be excellent with low carbs and they've got all sorts of veggies on the side and it looks fantastic. But then when you look at the nutritional information, you find out, oh my goodness, that chicken dish has 60 grams of carbohydrates, but it doesn't come with any pasta. So where's all that chicken dish? It's the sauce that is loaded with sugar. So really keep an eye on the nutritional information. You can even ask, how is this prepared? Is there very much sugar? And if they give you some pushback, you can say, you know what, this is really important to me because I have diabetes and it can really affect my health. It's okay to say, I have diabetes. Now, none of us wants to be that high maintenance person that says, look at me, I have a health issue. But you can do that in a way that doesn't make you that high maintenance person that says, look at me, I have a health issue. You know, say, you know, this is the thing that I need for my health. Not a whole litany of all the things that I need, but this is the dish that I'm interested in. It's okay if you can't do this for me, but this is a question that I have. Always have a backup, but this is how you can do it. So eating out can be difficult. Getting takeout can be difficult. It gets easier the more practice you get. I love eating out. I can almost always find something on every menu that I can eat that doesn't mess with my blood sugar. And I eat fantastic food, and I think you can too. So I would love to hear what you do, some of the tips and tricks that you use for eating out. So please let me know in the comments. What are some of your favorite tricks for eating out that you may have found, or anything that I haven't mentioned? Some of your favorite things to order, and especially some of the things that might be working for you right now during this COVID time with takeout. One of my frustrations that I've found is that some of my favorite restaurants, you know, with takeout, they might be serving more limited menus, and some of those low carb things that I usually order when I'm at the restaurant aren't on the menu right now. So there's a few of my favorite restaurants that we're not able to order from because they don't order my low carb options. So, you know, what are some workarounds that you're finding with takeout? What are some things that you're doing to make life a little more interesting while you're eating out or doing takeout right now? So I will see you back here tomorrow. Again, it will not be live because I'm still in my conference, but I will be back tomorrow, and I'm not yet sure what the topic is going to be. If you have anything you would like me to talk about, definitely send me a message or drop me a comment, and I will see what I can do. And I'll see you here tomorrow at 2:30 Pacific. Bye.